I first heard of the Microcampus program, I was a little shocked and surprised that people from my grade were going out to rural China to study for a month. I was so comfortable in the typical school learning style that I didn't understand why others want anything different. I listened to the stories and the experiences that the students from Dynamite shared, and I became more intrigued in the Microcampus program. And then I watched as so many of my friends departed for Zizhou with the rest of the Fearless group. By then, I had already applied for Microcampus and was selected for the spring 2014 trip. Once the Fearless kids came back and shared all their experiences, I was so excited for my chance to get outside of the bubble. But I was also a little scared since it was something that I had never experienced before. Before I came to Microcampus, I lived in such a fixed mindset. I would wake up at 6 every morning, go to school, return home at around 4, basically go through the same routine every day. There didn't seem to be anything bad about it, but I didn't notice it until I arrived in Zizhou. The first few days in Zizhou were actually really scary. I was so used to the one routine I had every day that never seemed to change. And then I was placed into Microcampus, where I was flown kilometers away from where I called home. Here I've had to completely change my learning mindset. I've had to understand that everything is a learning experience. The people who know me know that I'm not a very outgoing person, so it was really difficult for me to get out into the village and start interviewing people. I couldn't wrap my head around this new style of learning. And because I had such a broad topic, I knew I had to find a way to focus it on something that I was interested in. The first few times I interviewed store owners or factory workers were really awkward. I kept shying away from asking questions and ended up standing in the store pretending to be interested in whatever I was staring at. It wasn't until I found the art kwai shop on the way to Sifangjie that I found the sense of consistency and uniformity that I was missing in Microcampus. When I first went into the art kwai shop, I thought I would focus on something like the process of how to make the food. But then I spent more time with the owners, watched their patterns, and eventually I grew more comfortable in the environment. I sat inside the store for around an hour at a time, just watching the consistency and the patterns that they had. Being in a place where the same routine was followed through every day was surprisingly comforting. I hadn't realized that I was searching for a source of continuity here at Microcampus. Here, we have so much freedom. It's amazing. What I've now realized is that even though we're separated from the rest of our lives, we still may look for that one comforting factor. For me, it was the sense of continuity. For others, it was things like music or food or being out in the fields for hours. I returned to the art kwai shop day after day. I felt so at home there. Oftentimes I sat off to the side of the store learning sort of what it was like to own a small business. And then the owners would put me to work, asking me to collect the money and find the change for the customers who came in the afternoon. It was interesting to see how not only I've become comfortable with them, but how they've come to trust me. I'm so thankful for the experience that I've had and the relationship that I've developed with these people. Microcampus is an experience that I'll personally never forget. Something about this place and these people will always be with me. From this experience, I've learned many things about myself. I've learned that when I set my mind to something, I can accomplish it, even when I initially think I can't. But what I think I've taken away most from Microcampus is to make everything count. Life won't change its standpoint. I have to live up to the responsibility. Time won't slow down. I have to make the most of every second. Like a well-known Microcampus saying, "Don't count the days, make the days count."